AV in your ears, that's Ambush Being, giving you this audio visual down the most interesting street in the world. With my boy Steve, Fascination Street, you already know, let's get it. When you whip in the Fascination Street, what do you...
This is Robert Carradine, and you're listening to Fashion. Oops, let me try that again. This is Robert Carradine, and you're listening to Fascination Street Podcast.
Yeah, AV in your ears, that's Ambush Being, giving you this audio visual down the most interesting street in the world. With my boy Steve, Fascination Street, you already know, let's get it. When you whip in the Fascination Street, what do you...
Welcome back, Streetwalkers. This episode is with Robert Carradine. Bobby. Robert Carradine is one of the members of the iconic Carradine family, which has been a cornerstone of the Hollywood business for decades. From his father John to his brothers Keith and David and Michael, even his niece Martha and his daughter Ever Carradine. This episode goes all over the place. In this episode, obviously, we talk about the 1984 film Revenge of the Nerds, which might be his most known role for people of a certain age, but also Robert played Lizzie McGuire's father on the show and the film. We talk a little bit about that. Of course, we talk about Revenge of the Nerds. He tells some fun behind-the-scenes stories about Revenge of the Nerds, where the laugh came from, and even a crazy story about the projectionist of that film. We also talk about racing. Bobby was a professional race car driver for 20 years. He raced for Lotus for a while. He raced with Paul Newman. They were co-drivers, or they were teammates on driving teams. Robert even raced in the 24 Hours of Daytona. What? We go all over the place in this episode. We talk about bullwhips and Jamie Lee Curtis. We talk about quick draw shooting competitions. And we even talk about why Bobby drives a cop car in his regular life. He just drives a cop car around LA. And of course, we talk about Bobby's podcast. Bobby and his good buddy, Richard Gabai, have a podcast called Party Nerds Popcast. It comes out on Tuesdays. I have checked this out. You guys are going to enjoy it. They talk with all kinds of folks from TV and film. Definitely check out his show. Again, it's called Party Nerds Popcast. Richard Gabai and Bobby are in a band called The Checks, and Bobby is nice enough to let me play one of their songs. I can't believe I got to talk to Bobby Carradine. What a super cool guy. Thank you so much, Bobby. I really, really appreciate it. And this is my conversation with the incomparable Robert Carradine.
Prepare to be fascinated. Prepare to be fascinated.
Welcome to Fascination Street Podcast, Robert Carradine. What's up, dude? How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. I just got off an airplane from Ohio.
Did you win?
Yeah, I won. I made
it. Were you doing a con? What were you doing in Ohio?
Well, it's sort of a con / be there for a film festival to judge student film.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. How's it going out there?
I cannot complain.
Good, man.
I really appreciate you doing this. You are a legend and a hero. I wasn't allowed to watch my favorite of your movies for a long time.
Okay.
Because I think I was 10 when Revenge of the Nerds came out.
Well, sounds like you had some conscientious parents.
Okay. We could say that.
Okay, yeah.
But boy, when I was old enough or sneaked around enough, did I love that movie. You've done so many things. You did things way before that. You did things way after that. You're still doing things. We're going to talk about some things.
Okay, man.
But first, Robert, what I like to do is I like to start from the beginning. It helps us understand how the guests got from where they were to where they are. So where were you born and raised, man? Where'd you grow up?
Los Angeles, California.
Well, get right on out of the city. There's only like 4 people that are actually from LA.
I know. Well, I was born at Cedars of Lebanon Hospital, which is kind of the intersection of Sunset Boulevard when Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset cross. It is now the Scientology headquarters for the world of Scientology.
Wow. So you were born at the Scientology headquarters?
Yeah, basically.
That is rad. Now, you come from a long line of people in the arts, but also even before that, like your great grandfather was a biochemist named Max Hanius.
That's correct.
So, do you get free beer for life? Like, didn't he co-found the American Academy of Brewing?
In Chicago, yes, he did.
Do you get free beer?
No.
And also, your great grandmother on the same side, right? The sister of a famous historian.
Oh, no, that's on my father's side.
Oh, it's on your father's side.
Yeah, the beer guy is on my mother's side.
Beer, mom, historian, dad.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So, what did you want to be when you grew up? I know that you weren't super into acting when you were young. What did you want to be?
I wanted to be a racing driver.
And you did. How long did it take you before you actually got to be one?
I guess I was about 21 or 22. Dan Blocker's son, Dirk Blocker, and I went to the Riverside Grand Prix. It was called the Times Grand Prix. And we're standing up on this bluff overlooking a series of curves. And we're watching these guys race. And I mean, the first 4 or 5 guys are doing a good job. But then as you got a little farther down the field, they weren't hitting their apex. They weren't hitting their exits. And like, I turned to Dirk and I said, man, I can drive better than that. And he said, well, maybe you ought to be a racing driver. So that's what started it.
Really?
Yeah.
Listeners may know Dirk Blocker from the TV show Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I think.
Yes.
A bunch of other stuff, but that's his biggest thing, I think. So you guys go way back to when you were little kids. 21, 20, whatever. Little kids.
Yeah, whatever that was. Yeah.
Okay, now, your first movie was with John Wayne.
Yes.
Was it intimidating to be on the set with that icon?
Well, I guess not, because about 4 or 5 days into the production, I tried to tell him how to say a line.
I'm sure he took that very well.
Well, believe it or not, Steve, it didn't go over that well.
What?
But you know what? When you watch the movie, he made the adjustment.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, man.
I love that so much. Oh, this is weird. Is this true? I heard that one time you left to go film a movie out of state and you forgot your luggage.
Yes.
What did you do? Did you just buy all new shit when you got there?
Yeah. I mean, basically, I wore a wardrobe and I went to the CVS and got a razor and a toothbrush and toothpaste. It was one of those deals where, like, when you use the iPhone for an alarm clock, it's real easy to set it for PM instead of for AM, which is what I did. And luckily for me, the friend that was giving me a ride to the airport called me about 5 minutes before departure time to tell me he was there, which woke me up. And I was like, oh, man, golly. All right, man, I'll be right there. And I just took off.
Wow. So that was back in the days when you didn't have to be at the airport an hour and a half before your departure time.
Well, no, this was actually pretty recent.
Oh, no, really?
This is within the last few years.
What was the movie?
It'll come to me. I've put in the order. We'll see if it bubbles up.
Like I said, we're going to jump around all over the place.
It's called The Marshal.
Oh, there you go. See, you put the order in and it came back. I love it.
Yeah.
You were on a reality TV show about, I think it was called Wife Swap.
Yeah, I was on that.
This is super confusing. So you were on Wife Swap and the guy you swapped with didn't have a wife. No, wait, he did have a wife, but you swapped with his girlfriend? I'm so confused.
Well, it was an episode of Wife Swap, but it was actually Husband Swap.
You guys swapped, yeah.
Yeah, we swapped husbands.
But he was married, but you went to go live with his girlfriend.
Yeah, I don't think he was married. I think it was his girlfriend. And I'm not even sure it was his girlfriend. I think it was a girl that knew him.
I love that so much.
It was really slapdash, man.
It really was, because according to that episode, you have your own private island.
Oh, my God. I don't have a private island.
It's a public island?
I don't even have an island.
Oh, my gosh. That's amazing. And ladies and gentlemen, no relation, but that was Terrell Owens that he swapped with.
Harold Owens, yes. T.O.
T.O. Did he really ask you for your wife's phone number?
Yes, he did.
What a nice guy.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. You once used a bullwhip to knock a cigarette out of Jamie Lee Curtis's mouth?
That's correct.
This was just at a party. Everybody was drunk?
No, this is for a television show called Circus of the Stars. And they added this bullwhip act in case somebody that was scheduled fell out. So I got tuned up for about a month before I had to do it with a really good bullwhip expert. I wish I could remember his name. He was really great. But when it came time to do it, I walked out into the big circular area in a circus, and I got two bullwhips, and I'm popping them and banging them and making all kinds of noise. And then Jamie Lee walks out. She holds up, I think it was a banana or a carrot or something. No, she holds up a cigarette and bends over and like sticks it between her legs. So I pop it, it breaks, and the show goes on. Then she works up to the point where she puts it in her mouth. And I'm really nervous about getting close to her face. I mean, it's Jamie Lee Curtis. That could have ended her career before it even started. About the eighth or ninth pop going off right in front of her face, but not hitting the cigarette's starting to shake. And I thought, okay, I got to just do this. And I just went for it, and I broke it off at the filter.
While it was in her mouth?
Yeah.
Good luck trying to get that set insured these days.
Yeah.
Do you still bullwhip? Like, do you still practice? And No.
But I still got a bullwhip, and I still know how to do it. It's one of those skills. It's like riding a bike. You don't forget.
Yeah, I would imagine Jamie Lee hasn't forgotten that either.
Yeah.
But you do compete, or you did compete in quick draw competitions. Is that right?
That's correct.
Under the name Bob Younger?
No, Bobby Carradine.
Come on.
Well, no, there was a subsequent shooting competition where I did compete as Bob Younger, because that competition is put on by the Single Action Shooting Society, which is known as SAS. And you have to have an alias. So my alias is Bob Younger.
Is it because you played Bob Younger in a film?
No, that's not it.
Bob wasn't one of the Youngers in the Long Riders? Or was there no Bob?
Of course there is a Bob. I'm just messing with you.
Oh, how dare you. You got me. You son of a gun. Do you still quick draw compete?
No.
Because you won it all and you're tired of winning? You won so much?
Well, no, what it was the first time I did it, I was really young. I was like 18, 19, 20, somewhere in there. The competition was in Arizona. So I drove out there with a friend of mine, and there was a gunsmith in Hollywood named Andy Anderson, and he was the best. So he made it so that the Colt revolver could be drawn easier, and the hammer would come back easier, and the trigger would be a little more sensitive. Anyhow, when you do a fast draw, you knock the pistol out of the holster by the hammer. That's what you get. You hit the hammer, and the pistol falls into your hand, and you pull the trigger, and that's how you can go really fast. So anyway, I accidentally fired a round in front of my leg. It was about a foot in front of my foot, and they had a line. I think it was 3 feet out from the firing line. And if you put a bullet inside of that line, you were disqualified. And I was really glad I didn't hit myself in the kneecap with a 45 Colt.
No kidding. Oh my gosh. Did you actually work with Alfred Hitchcock on a project?
No.
Because you're way too young for that.
I know.
Okay, good. I have that in my notes, but I don't know where that came from, so I had to ask.
Well, it probably came from the fact that I did an episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Okay. But you didn't actually work with that dude.
No, I didn't.
Thank goodness. I hear he was not a nice guy.
That's what I've heard.
Maybe you could have given him some pointers on directing.
Oh, yeah. That would have gone over real well, just like it did with John Wayne.
Exactly. Okay, look, you played Lizzie McGuire's dad, right? For the whole run of the show and the movies and all that. I am in a little tiny town outside of San Antonio, Texas called Bernie.
I've heard of Bernie.
Do you know who's from Bernie or lived here?
No.
Right before she moved to Hollywood. I mean, right, like she moved from Bernie to Hollywood to become Lizzie McGuire. Hilary Duff was from here.
She's from Bernie?
She's not from here, but she lived here. Like they were in Houston and then they moved here and then from here to there. But yeah, Bernie.
Wow.
Bernie, Texas. Little Hillary.
Little Hillary.
Little Hillary. How did you come to be part of that show?
Well, I had an audition that was arranged by my manager. I read the script. And I didn't really like this cartoon character, Lizzie. I thought that's really weird. But I thought, who am I to judge? So I went on the interview, and the producer, executive producer, and the creator were in the room with me, and they were laughing. And I thought, I don't realize what they're laughing at. Am I funny? And I got the offer.
That's a great story. I don't know. I'm old, and my kids watch that show, but I kind of really didn't. Is that show still in syndication? Do you still get big fat checks from that show?
No big fat checks, but it is still streaming on Disney.
Hmm. Hmm. Little checks, little tiny ones.
No checks.
Yay! Well, boo! I don't like that. I'm gonna have a word with Mr. Disney.
Okay, good luck with that.
Thank you.
Hey, Streetwalkers, here's a word from our sponsors. Let's get back into it.
There is a movie that came out in 1984. It is called Revenge of the Nerds.
Ah, yes.
I think there was 7 of them in total.
No, 4 of them.
Same thing.
Okay.
How come all of my numbers are wrong here?
Probably because whoever's helping you handle your stuff is not paying attention.
There you go. Okay, so there's 4 Revenge of the Nerds movies. When you auditioned for the first one, I know you weren't a nerd, so why did you take the role? Why did you do it? Did you know it was going to be that big?
No, nobody did. I think one of the preambles to get in the movie was you had to turn it down. Like the director figured, if you want to be in this movie, then you're full of crap because nobody should want to be in that movie. So anyhow, my agent told me about the project and I thought, nerd, man, really? I don't want to be a nerd. And he's like, well, just go in and meet. So that's all I had to do the first time was meet the director. I want to say we hated each other on site, but that's a little extreme. Anyhow, the chemistry wasn't there. And I thought, okay, I've made the meeting. Okay. So 2 weeks go by and my agent calls me back and says, they want to audition you. And this is a studio picture. Get your act together and get in there. I had long hair at the time. I was riding my motorcycle. So I thought, okay, all right. I'm going to show them. So I went out and I got a regular boy's haircut. And then I went to an optometrist and I was trying to pick out a pair of glasses. But all these glasses were like, the frames were $300-400. I'm like, that's crazy. And the guy said, well, son, you can't put just any old frame in front of your eyes. You only get one set of eyes. And I said, well, it's for a movie part, for the part of a nerd. I whispered it because I didn't want anybody in the store to hear me say that. And he said, oh, nerd? Okay, yeah, I gotcha. He goes in the back, he gets a shoebox, and he brings it out, and he opens up the shoebox. He reaches in there, and he pulls out a pair of those engineering glasses like they had in Apollo 13, all those engineers. So I had the regular boy's haircut, I had the engineering glasses, and I went to the studio to do the audition for these people. And they poke their head out of the inner office, and they look right at me, look the other way, and go back in. I thought, wow, that's really weird. So they come back out about 10 minutes later, do the same thing again. And I stop them. I go, hey, excuse me, but I'm Robert Carradine. I have an audition here today. And they look at me and they're like, oh my God, Bobby? I said, yeah. I said, oh, wow, come on in. So I think that's what did it, is I showed them, I gave them a visual.
Now let's talk about that character. The laugh is iconic, but where did you get the laugh from? Because you don't laugh like that.
I got the laugh from Jamie Cromwell, the actor that plays my father in the feature. And it was the night before we're going to start shooting. And I went over to the director and I said, listen, his name is Jeff Canoe. I said, the script talks about this honking laugh, and I don't have that. I don't know what to do. He said, well, here, look at this. And he put in the audition tape from Jamie Cromwell where he did the laugh. I was blown away. And we were having this kickoff party the night before we're going to start shooting. And I went over to Jamie. I said, man, your laugh is really damaged. He said, that's not my laugh. I said, it's not? He says, no, that's what I came up with for the role. I go, oh, you mean it's a technique? He said, yeah. I said, oh, you got to show it to me, man. And the next day we're in the station wagon with the cruise control lock on 35. Let's wicker on up to 38. That was the first day of the stereo Skolnick honking laugh.
You're smart, easygoing, get your father's good looks.
Has that followed you around and haunted you for all these many years?
Yes.
Do you regret it?
Not at all.
Oh, good. You shouldn't, because it is iconic. Now, I heard a story about that film and the projectionist. Is there a story about the projectionist for that film?
Yes,
Would you like to tell it?
of course. It's during the panty raid. We've installed the cameras in the sorority girl's house. And this one girl is naked and she takes off her towel and we see the whole thing. And she did not tell her father, the projectionist, that she was in this movie. And he's looking at the dailies from that sequence. I don't know if your listeners know what dailies are, but dailies are when you look at the footage that was shot the day before to make sure you didn't miss anything. And he walked out on the projection process that night. He was really pissed.
So he quit?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that story so much. That poor man.
That's a good
Oh
one.
my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I love that movie. Thank you so much for that movie and all of its sequels. You are amazing. I want to talk about racing.
Oh, good. Me too.
First, I want you to tell me about your cop car. You have a cop car or had a cop car? You
Yes.
still have it?
I have a cop car. Bought it brand new. It's a Dodge Charger Police Pursuit.
Why do you have it? Why did you buy it?
Well, I've been driving police cars for basically since Nerds, because Nerds had this fleet of nondescript cars that they would use to, dress the set. And they let the actors use these cars so they didn't have to rent us cars. So I saw this one that was an unmarked police car, and I started driving that one around, and it was so great. The way it stopped, the way it turned, the way it went, everything about it, the vehicle dynamics, I loved that car. They let me keep the car. So what I did, I drove it back to LA. My little brother, Mike Bowen, and I went to the fights one night, a couple of weeks later in Culver City, and we were late. And we thought, well, it's just a prop car. It's not even registered to us. We'll just park it in front. So we parked it in front of the auditorium, went in there and looked at 2-3 hours of boxing. We came out, the car's just sitting there, no ticket, no nothing. And that's when the light bulb went off. And I was like, ding, that's it. That's how you get around LA.
And so ever since then, you've just had a cop car?
Yes.
And do you get tickets? Have you gotten pulled over?
I've been pulled over a couple of times.
How does that go?
Well, the first thing you want to know is who I work for. And I go, oh, no, I'm not a police officer. I'm an actor, and this is a motion picture car. And that tends to shut it down.
Nice. So is that a tip that you share with everybody?
I just did.
Well, that's true. Everybody in LA, go get yourself a cop car.
Well, the thing about the police car in Los Angeles is that people are real polite all of a sudden. Normally, people drive like a-holes in Los Angeles, but when this car's around, they get real polite.
I have a pickup truck for my other job. It's white and it has a black grill. And around Texas, cops drive trucks or Suburbans.
Yeah.
And so when I get on the highway, people think I'm a cop, if they're just looking in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
And so what they do is they go 10 miles under the speed limit, which
Right.
just pisses me off. Just right in front of me because, they don't want to get a ticket, but also they're in my way. I'm like, move. I'm not a cop, move.
No, I totally get that. That happens to me as well. But usually they pull over.
Yeah, not in Texas. They just slow down and that's it.
Okay.
Okay, so you're a race car driver. You raced professionally for how many years would you say?
20.
Oh, that's more than one. That's a
Yeah.
lot of years.
Yeah.
Now, you did race the 24 hours of Daytona,
Yes.
and your co-driver was Paul Newman?
Well, Paul Newman was in the other car. It was a 2-car team.
2-car team.
3 drivers per car.
Wow. How'd you guys finish?
Our best finish was 8th overall, 3rd in class, which is pretty darn good for a car that at that time was already 6 years old.
What car was it?
The Ferrari Daytona. That was really cool, driving a Daytona at Daytona.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Was it Newman Racing or what was the team?
I think it was called Modena Sport Cars was the name of the team. But Newman's car had some sponsorship that my brother and we didn't have on our car. It was T. Edwards. And I think there's another company, New Hero. I think these were clothing companies at the time.
Got you. Which brother raced with you?
My brother, David.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he was the car owner. He didn't drive.
Oh, good.
That's very good.
He's not a good driver?
Well, he was a good driver in his own mind.
Oh, nice. Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Who'd you drive for? Lotus.
Yes, I drove for Lotus.
You drove for Lotus.
And when I drove for Lotus, that was another team that I was on with Paul Newman.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
So you and Paul just hanging out all the time, eating salad dressing?
Well, it's funny you should ask, because I called him up after he won the 24 Hours of Daytona in his class. He said, have you been to an IndyCar race? I said, no, I don't think so. He says, well, why don't you get yourself to, he named some airport in upstate New York, Westchester, maybe? He said, get yourself to that airport at 2:00 Thursday afternoon, and we'll go up to Toronto and I'll show you an IndyCar race. So he picked me up in his jet. We flew to Toronto. The customs people came on board. Anything to declare? Paul says, no. Have a nice weekend, Mr. Newman. We get out of the jet. We get in a helicopter. The helicopter takes us right into the racetrack, and there's a golf cart waiting for us to take us from the helicopter to the team transporter. So it's pretty swanky, and we did some hanging out.
Was that the best you were ever treated as a race car driver?
Yes.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, the point of the story was that when the weekend was over and we were flying back to Westchester, I can't think of the name of this airport. It's something like that. Anyway, he had some salads, like 4 salads on the plane. He was there. I was there, one of his drivers and maybe the driver's girlfriend. He said, you want a salad? I said, well, you got any dressing?
Have you been to Adam Carolla's studio and or car museum?
No, but I did do some kind of a setup for a possible car show with Adam Carolla and this young guy who is a drifting expert. And we did some exploratory filming to see if it would work. You know, the idea that they had for this car show. And I think it was going to be like Top Gear, except Top Gear USA, but it didn't go.
Yeah, Adam has talked about that before. The reason it didn't go is because at the time they tried to bring back Knight Rider and it failed epically. And so the networks were like, no more car shows.
Oh, okay.
So obviously, you know that Adam has almost every car that Paul Newman drove.
I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah, he has almost every one of them. I think he's got like 9 of them or 11 of them or something like that. He has a lot of them.
Wow.
And he's got, you know, the fire suits and the helmets and all the shit. And he races them.
Wow.
Hey, Streetwalkers, here's a word from our sponsors.
Warning. Not listening to Fascination Street podcast may cause unexpected side effects. Side effects may include sudden fits of boredom, irrational curiosity about everything you missed, the inability to name your favorite podcast interview, spontaneous ignorance of obscure celebrity stories, talking to coworkers about nothing because you didn't hear the latest episode. Other symptoms may include excessive use of the phrase, wait, what happened? Chronic seriousness with no trace of laughter or delight, unexplainable urge to scroll aimlessly instead of being entertained. In rare cases, not listening may lead to wandering aimlessly through podcast apps, overexposure to true crime reruns, and thinking you're cooler than you actually are. If you find yourself experiencing any of these symptoms, stop what you're doing immediately and download Fascination Street Podcast. Ask your podcaster if Fascination Street Podcast is right for you. Spoiler alert, it is.
Let's get back into it.
Now, your first car was an AC Ace 1956 with a Ford 289? What?
Yes, it had a 289 in it that somebody had put in there by themselves. It was not a very sanitary installation, but it looked like a Cobra and it sounded like a Cobra. And I was 17 at the time and I was happy as could be.
For how long?
About 6 months.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you.
Now, you've been in a couple of accidents, but one of them left you in a full body cast?
That's incorrect.
Good. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Tell me about that horrific car accident, the recent one.
Oh, where I had a head-on collision with a semi-truck?
Is that the one that your, at the time, wife was in the car with you?
Yes.
Tell me about that accident if you want to, if you're okay with it.
Yeah, it was a big mistake. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Cool. Was it after the wife swap? Oh, were you fighting over Terrell Owens?
Yeah, it was right after that.
Well, I'm glad you're all right. Now, you are in a band. What? You're in a band.
Yeah, I'm a guitar player.
For a band called The Checks?
Yeah.
With your buddy and podcast co-host, Richard Gabai.
Richard Gabai. Yeah.
How did this band come about? I know that you strum the guitars for decades. When did you decide to get into a band and why? Why his?
Well, Richard Gabai is a really good friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
and he's had this band for a while, The Checks.
Mm-hmm.
And the musicians they kind of cycle through, but he's got the same drummer and bass player that he's always had. And he plays rhythm guitar, and he had me come in as a lead guitar player. So that's how that happened.
How long have you been in the band?
Me?
You.
Wow. I think the last time we played out was right on the eve of COVID at the Viper Room.
Oh, the infamous Viper Room. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question, and it's okay if you say no, I'll cut it out. But I have to ask you, can I play, I think it's called Double Life. Can I play Double Life by the Checks on this episode so people can hear you?
Yeah, why not?
Do you want to introduce it like you're a radio DJ?
Okay. Coming at you live from Glendale, California, is the latest hit from the Checks, Double Life.
The way you stop and go, the way they never know. Who are you gonna take home? Who you gonna leave alone? You know it isn't right, the way you live your double life. It's in those clothes you wear, it's in that ribbon in your hair, the way you always tease me, but you get me to say please. You know it isn't right, the way you live your double life. Double time, let's go double life. The way you stop and then go, the way they never know. Who are you gonna take home now? Who you gonna leave alone now? You know it isn't right, I said it isn't right. You know it isn't right, the way you live your double life. 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 The way you live your double life.
Love it. Thank you for that. You have a podcast, as we mentioned, you and Richard. You have a podcast called Party Nerds Popcast.
Yes.
When did that start and how come?
It started in April, and it's because of a friend of Richard's who had witnessed me and Richard hanging out, shooting barbs at each other and just like hanging out. And he said, you know what? This is a podcast. And he talked us into it. That's how it happened. It's very simple.
And do you do this at somebody's house or a studio or what?
We do it at Richard's house. We kind of rearranged the furniture in his living room. And that's it, man. That's our studio.
And is it his daughter that is the producer on it?
She's one of the producers, yes. Miriam Gabbard.
She does a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. You're welcome. You have guests that are on the show. I don't think there was a guest on the first one, but you guys have guests on the show that are in and around film and television industry.
That's correct.
Word on the street is that there is an upcoming episode with Clint Howard. Is that true?
That's correct.
Do you have any idea when that's coming out, or is that not up to you?
It's not up to me. I don't control the order at which they're disseminated. But yeah, we got one with Clint coming up.
That dude is my boy. One of the reasons that I started this podcast is I had been doing some other podcasts with a friend of mine where we were just shooting the shit and covering whatever pop stuff. But then I had made friends with Clint kind of over the internet. And then oddly enough, through an actual letter, like a paper letter, I wrote him a letter, which my wife thought was insane.
Yeah, it is pretty insane.
It is pretty insane. But we became friends. And then I don't know if he talked about it on the show, but his hobby at the time was he made snow globes. And he made me a snow globe.
Wow.
Like he made one for me. But the catch was he couldn't ship it because it would lose water, and I couldn't put it on a plane because it would lose water, or because I couldn't get it through security because of the water. So the only way he would let me have it is if I drove it back to my house. So I flew out to LA. I stayed with him for a few days, and that's when I started my podcast. So I took equipment and just talking to him, I started my podcast on that trip like 8.5 years ago, and I just interviewed a bunch of people I had met in LA. And he was one of the first. That guy was rad as hell. I love that man so much.
Yeah, he is. He's a piece of work.
He is. And I got to interview his dad too.
Oh, really?
I was the last long form interview with Rance before he passed.
Wow. That's pretty groovy, man.
The whole family is so cool. So I'm looking forward to hearing Clint's episode. That's going to be super exciting for me. You have, I think, 3 projects that are in pre-production, as far as I could tell from the internet. You have a movie that's in pre-production called The Driver?
No.
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 Oh, the internet is incorrect. Yeah, it even says you're playing Antonio Politano. I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
And then there's another one that says is in pre-production called Spectre.
Didn't ring a bell.
This is fantastic. How about a movie called COVID 2021 where you play a doctor?
You got me again.
This is amazing. The internet is a liar. Son of a bitch.
You sound like you're surprised.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that is a good point. Okay, tell me about the screen test with Al Pacino for Godfather 2. How about that?
Well, they were filming up in Nevada at the house that was on the lake. They flew me up there and another couple of actors, and we sat around for hours. And finally, it was time to go do a screen test. So they dragged me out into like the driveway / garden area of the house. And there's a path that walks up to the area where I was standing. And I was introduced to Al Pacino. Al, this is Robert Carradine. Robert, this is Al Pacino. I go, hi. He's like, Robert. He wasn't happy about this. And Coppola says, okay, so you've been in college and you're home for vacation and you want to try to talk your dad into letting you become part of the family business. Okay. All right. Roll it. I mean, just like that. I'm going to do an improv with Al Pacino. Oh my God, man. Anyhow, they wound up not using that part in the movie. And I'm really glad because Robbie Benson got it. And Robbie Benson does not look remotely like Al Pacino. And I'd like to think I have a resemblance. So anyway, that's that story.
I agree with you. I actually met Robbie Benson once. Nice guy.
Yeah.
Okay. You have 3 kids. Is that part right?
That's correct.
Okay. So Marika and Ian, they're not actors, right?
That's correct.
But Ever is.
Yes. And she's
in everything. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's really good.
Have you 2 been in a project together?
No. Isn't that weird?
I think it's weird. I think it's weird. You've been in projects with your brothers.
Yeah, I know.
But why not your daughter, man? Is she mad?
I don't know.
Is she mad at you? You want me to call her?
Yeah, call her up, man.
I'm going to call her.
I've never worked with your old man yet.
I'm going to put that on my list. I got to call the president of Disney about the Hillary Duff money. About the Lisa McGuire money. And then I got to call Ever. All right. Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right.
You got your list, checking it twice?
Yeah, I do. I got my list. So you were awarded the 1998 Golden Boot.
Yes.
Where is it?
It's in my house.
But where?
In front of the fireplace.
Oh, like on the mantle? That's cool.
No, not on the mantle, on the ground.
Oh, really? Just on the ground? Because it's a boot.
Well, also, we have earthquakes, so you don't want anything that you care about to be up on the mantle.
That makes sense. I love asking where people keep their trophies and their hardware because Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers,
yeah,
he keeps at least some of his Grammys in the guest bathroom.
Okay.
So that when people are going to the restroom, they can look up and see how cool he is.
Oh, my God. That's too funny. Yeah, if I had an Oscar, that's where I'd keep it.
You mean when you get an Oscar?
Yes, when I get an Oscar.
Well, since the projects that I have listed are all wrong, what are you working on right now besides the podcast?
I got a show coming up to feature film, and I think it's going to start in October, but I'm having a hard time nailing these people down to a start date. But yeah, I got that coming up.
Is it out of town? Is everything
Yes.
out of town? Do you do anything in LA anymore?
Just the podcast.
Nice. Well, that's cool. Cool. The podcast, it comes out weekly,
Yes, it does. They drop on Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. California time.
Correct.
All right, rad. Well, these drop Mondays at midnight Central. So here's what all the listeners need to do. They need to listen to mine on Monday when it comes out, and then yours on Tuesday when it comes out, and then we win.
Yeah,
We win the internet.
that's right. We win big time.
We win big time. Robert, I feel like I have taken up so much of your time, and
Boy, I'll say.
you son of a gun. I do want to thank you for making this happen. I apologize for all of the technical difficulties, but we did get this done, and I super appreciate it. Before I let you go, can you tell everybody where they can find you on the social medias? Where can people reach out and say what's up?
If you want to find me on Instagram, you go to the Robert Carradine. It's the only one. It has a blue check mark, and that's me. If you want to find me on Facebook, I can't help you because I never use it, even though I have it. And I also have X, but I don't use that either. So I don't know how to tell you to find me on that. And that's about it.
Fantastic. I love the breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Bobby, as we're heading out, is there anything that I didn't ask you or we didn't talk about specifically that you wanted to talk about today? Did we cover the big bits? Was there anything that you wanted to promote that I missed? I mean, I got everything wrong anyway, but was there anything I missed?
Well, you promoted the podcast, which I really appreciate.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's a really good show, everybody.
We're trying to find our legs, you know?
Well, you're doing a good job of finding your legs. Not last week, I guess, but the week before, you guys had on, or you released David Zucker.
Yeah.
That conversation with David Zucker was bonkers hilarious. I loved it so much.
Yeah,
You
that was
guys
a
are
good one.
killing it.
Yeah.
Y'all are doing a really good job.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. Well, Bobby, I do.
Steve Owens.
Oh, that's me. I'm Steve Owens.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much.
Dude, it was 100% my pleasure. I have been looking forward to speaking with you ever since I found out you were on the internet. Like, once I found out you were on Instagram, I was like, holy shit, it's the man.
Yeah.
So thank you. And again, thank you for all of the laughs and all of the boobies in all of those movies.
Also, thank you for being so well prepared. I'm not kidding. You're very well prepared.
Even though I got all that stuff wrong?
It wasn't your fault. That's the internet's fault.
Oh, you are the sweetest, kindest man. I love you so much. Thank you, Bobby. You have a great rest of your week.
Okay, Steve. Thanks, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Opening music is the song FSP Theme, written, performed, and provided by Ambush Vin.
Closing music is from the song Say My Name off the 2021 album Underdog Anthems, used with permission from Jax Hollow. If you like the show, tell a friend. Subscribe and rate and review the show on iTunes and wherever else you download podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. All the episodes are available there as well. Check me out on Vero at Fascination Street Pod and TikTok at Fascination Street Pod. And again, thanks for listening.